right, you are tuned in to Real Talk with Sabrina AMI right here on Live 365 Unity Love Church Fifth Sunday Gospel Time. And do we have a program for you today? Today, we're going to be talking directly to Sabrina Freeman, who is the host of this program, Real Talk with Sabrina AMI, about mental illness. And we wanted to invite you into the conversation. And we're going to let you know a little bit more about her and about why she is doing what she is doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hi to our host, Sabrina.
Hello, hello, hello. You got it. It's Sabrina with Real Talk, AM and I, about mental illness. And I am so happy to be here today, Mike. How about you?
Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad to be in the seat here, getting ready to talk to you about Sabrina. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do that today. We're just so glad you tuned in, and make sure you always tune in every Wednesday from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. That's 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Live 365. And of course, you can see us on Facebook as well as YouTube. So we're going to begin the conversation. How about that, Sabrina?
That sounds great.
Well, of course, you know, Sabrina is always you. If you've been listening and following the program, you notice that she's very passionate about mental illness. And so I wanted to ask her this question: that does your passion or the passion that you have anything to do with you birthing this program, Real Talk with Sabrina?
Yes, it do, Mike. I'm just going to take my time if you don't mind.
Take your time.
Because a lot of time people don't understand when I begin to talk about mental illness or my daughter or anyone I see dealing with it, I become very passionate right away.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen good and I have seen bad. So, of course, just being around my daughter and to watch her through her ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
going into places, watching other people, kids her age,
Mm-hmm.
younger, older. I mean, it brought me to a concern. I remember many times, Mike, when I would go to the home where my daughter was living at, and nobody else seemed like they was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I became the mother of many.
Mm-hmm.
So it brought me to want to start a Facebook page and to talk about it because of the caring and the love that God put in my heart, not only for my daughter, but for the others that I've seen that needed um, families to know that they're not alone, and to get more families to talking and want to be, interested in taking their hands on hands back on their loved one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because on my own, I can't do it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm talking about, there was a lot of kids, and it also made some of those kids that diagnosed, like my daughter, schizophrenic, bipolar, and deal with depression, they became jealous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They became jealous. And at time, my daughter felt as though I was giving so much attention to them.
Mm.
So to get other people involved and other families to know that they're not alone, and to be there to show them that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
This led me just watching this and going into these places, and seeing other people, children, and my daughter got into fights with them. But I understood, uh, this what led me, Mike, to
Mm-hmm.
want to start a Facebook page, the passion in me, the caring in me, and of course God, who put
Mm-hmm.
it all together and
Mm-hmm.
brought me to Facebook.
Oh, wow, wow. I mean, that's really good. That's really good because so many people are in the same situation that you're in, and they really are just silent. They're quiet. They don't say anything,
Yeah.
And then, of course, when something tragic happens to them, then they're all on the news, they're all on the radio, and
Yes.
all that type of thing. But they wait until something tragic happens. So
Yes.
my hats go off to you that you begin to notice that there was a problem with your daughter.
Yes.
I'm not going to call. We're going to say Christopher. That's her name.
That's her name,
Yeah,
Crystal.
Crystal. I tell you. So tell me something. When you noticed, what was it that triggered you? To notice that was something that was different from what you remember her being when she was younger. What particular thing kind of made you say something's wrong?
Well, to be flat honest with you, I seen it from church point of view. I seen it from being raised in a Pentecostal church where we pray for anything that seemed not right, abnormal. And so actually I was looking at mental illness around by the age of 5.
Oh, wow.
5 is when I caught it because she would grab her ears and she would send their loud in my ears. And she would run down the hall just screaming. And I would take her and place her on me. And I would take the oil and I would pray for her.
Oh,
So I did not know what I was looking at then, Mike.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
So to be honest with you, I had no clue. So, but when I began to see other things as she began to get 9 years old, maybe a little older, we would go and do family things with the family. I mean, Crystal, very smart, very bright. Everybody, I'm telling you, really loving her. You know, she would be the one that would be protected of the kids of her youngest brother, and I mean, watched all of them. But we went to the beach, and I can't remember her age, but I know she was a teen.
Okay.
And this is the very big thing that we seen that really, really, really troubled me to let me know that something just wasn't right.
Okay.
She was sitting in the car and she got out the car, and I noticed her entertaining, which I didn't know at that time, but to them it's voices. Voices. You don't tell them no different because they really see and hear voices to them. And she was kind of having a conversation going on. And she got out the car, and all the little kids, they enjoying the water, and she wasn't studying about the water. But finally, she began to head out to the water, and she kept going, and she kept going, and the other kids seen her, and family members seen her. I can't remember which one got to her first, but they went and they got her, and they saved her life and brought her back. That was the beginning when we knew something serious was going on with my daughter.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has to be difficult for a mother to see their child and their only daughter.
Yes.
In a situation like that. How were you able to deal with that and cope with that?
Mike, first of all, God.
God, okay.
God. I'm so proud of my base. I'm so proud of my upbringing in God.
Yeah.
Because if it had not been for me believing there was a God, I wouldn't be able to be sitting in this chair right now. Wow. Because He's the one that have brought me to where I'm at right now.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
it's the strength of Jesus. It's me accepting Jesus in my life. It's me believing in the power of God. Just like I was putting that oil on her and praying for her, you know. And when I did pray for her, she did go to sleep. Okay. So wow. God is the reason, first of all, that brought me there. And then the love, the care, watching my daughter, understanding, because it's a problem with mothers and daughters at a certain age anyway when they get to be a teenager.
Yeah, right. You're right.
But it's more challenging when it's a mental problem. So it took God. Yes. I was dealing at times of being a normal mother like I was to my boys. And Crystal would take it and she was saying, Mama, I'm of age. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. Let me do it. But I had something else to deal with too. And it took my family, my boys, helping her to understand that once they became into accepting it, that Mama is not treating you no different than what she's treating us. She still love us. She's still gonna say what she have to say to us as a mother, and that's what she's doing to you. But only Crystal, you have some other things that's going on within you that she have to be on you, or it seemed like, you know, in your presence, or be your guide or your help. And I had some problems more than what a mother was just dealing with a daughter. Um, this is the color I like, or this is the dress, or this is what you're going to do, or this is not, because of her mental problems. So it was a challenging thing to me, Mike. It was very hard. But with God, I made it through. I can recall many times. And one time that I thinking about it is when I was in the apartment at this time. Me and her dad was divorced, and I had Crystal and I had Brandon. I want to call him Cam. They look alike.
Yeah.
I had Brandon, my youngest son. My oldest son had went off to college, and so I can remember Crystal being in the house, and I'm talking about when time then passed over, and she's getting up in age. It only got worse. When you read the book, I talk about how worse it got before it even got better. But we just had good days and bad days. That's all I can say about that. But we was in the apartment, and she was giving me a hard time. Oh, she was giving me a hard time. And I was like, Crystal, she was marking me. I'm trying to show her how to cook. I'm trying to show her still with, she would talk to the voice, and I would say, look, tell that voice not today. I say, tell that voice not today. Right. Look at me. I'm talking to you. Right. And she was like, well, the voices are saying silly things about you right now, Mom. So when I say it was different, I mean, we had talks like this. Now, someone that don't have mental problems, as a mother, you won't be talking to your daughter like this. Right. But we had times like this where I had to involve the voices and tell them, no, not today. Wow. So Crystal, she just kept going on, and finally I say, Crystal, what you gonna do if I'm not here? And she looked at me, she said, I'm gonna live. I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, yeah.
And my mouth was just wide open, and I went outside and I just booed and I cried, because believe it or not, I needed her to say that.
Yeah,
and that got my attention. Wow. That's when I began to know we're gonna make it. And I knew she had it within her. It is a fight in her, no matter what. She fighting with me. She's gonna fight to survive. So, answer your question. Yes, good. Very challenging.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be, because let me ask you, what was your, how did the family as a whole receive this? I mean, were they in denial that that was a problem, or did they just think she was acting up, or
wow,
what how did they actually come into the understanding?
We keep it real, don't we?
Yes, we keep it real.
We keep it real. This is what this show is all about, and this is how we help people, by keeping it real. Okay. Can't keep myself together on it, Mike, because it's very touching, and to have a daughter that's dealing with mental illness, and family have different opinions. And I'm gonna give you some examples in a little bit, but very hard.
It's hard, yeah.
Because that's when, I mean, even when, if you don't have a problem with mental illness, you have family problems. But to deal with a child, what everybody love, whoever, you know, they love Crystal, and I had to deal with some things and to help some family members to understand that she's not like a regular child where you would just discipline all the time when you see them doing something.
Right. Yeah.
You had to have some kind of understanding and to know as Dr. Saturday have said it before on the show, they have no control sometime of what they say and what they do. Not all the time. So that's what make it different. Because I say this often when Crystal come back into, like we would call, into put it simply where you can understand her right mind. She's Crystal. And but when you have family members not understanding that, then they make their own judgments concerning it.
Right.
One thing, and being real, and I hope this helped so many other family members and other people that's dealing with watching a loved one that's dealing with mental illness. I say this, and I'm real with you all because it's very hard to put my family business out there all the time. And I'm very careful what I say.
Of course.
But I keep it real. Not pointing out anyone particular, but some believe that she just needed a belt whoop.
A good whoop. Yeah. I got you.
Some definitely believe that's, and we had one or two that tried to whip it out of her. and I'm glad I'm laughing about it because most time I'll be crying about it. But now that I know and understand the real sincere of it wasn't no way you was going to be able to whoop it out of her.
Right.
And some believe you know what you're doing. You acting like this. Get yourself together. That wasn't working either. I went through that as the family did because no understanding.
Right.
But more I learned, the more I watched, the more I was with her. And that's why come the book, Me and My Girls. Sometimes it felt like out of everybody, I was understanding her a little better. Now, something God must have did because I was still learning like them. Another is when, oh my God, a hair scene that we had. I had fixed the hair for church, and I would do everything that I would normally do. Fix my girl up pretty, and her hair would be fixed, and she would go to church, and she would go in the bathroom, and she would mess her hair all up. And some of the family members that would come in late to church, honestly, they thought I wasn't fixing her hair. They thought I wasn't fixing her hair, Mike.
Right.
And the saddest thing about it, it brought so much stress in a way because my oldest son, Ian, he would try to tell the family, my mama, she fixed her hair. Crystal, won't you get yourself together and tell them mama be fixing your hair. Tell them mama be fixing. So I'm telling you, I'm bringing y'all this real talk with you all. And knowing that my family, they know that I'm going to keep it real. And they do want other people to be real and to know that their family is not the only one that goes through it. Mike, it brought so much confusion at times that I have to pull myself back. In fact, I won't blame my failure of my marriage on this because we had our own problems.
Yes.
But it didn't help it.
Right.
Because he had what he believed the way of raising, and I had my way. And one particular day, particular time, and I was looking in the book, and that's why I asked everybody to get the book and to read the book, Me and My Girl, Mike. I had took her out of a football game where I didn't want to take her in the first beginning. I had told her, Dad, I don't believe it would be a good thing for her to go. And he was like, oh, let her go. And which I understand, he wanted her to have fun and be like with the other kids. But I'm like, I don't think it's good for her to go. And I'm going to tell you what happened. So we went. And right there, she was having a good time. All of a sudden, she began to put on a show. My understanding, this is not Crystal. She entertaining the voices, first of all. Quiet as she can be, she tried to keep it. And then she started to react towards her dad. And she was saying and doing things that will embarrass Crystal when she come back to herself. And I got up and I say, I'm taking her. And it was like a scene between me and Dad right there for a minute. And I took her. I took her to the car, and her dad followed behind me. And he said, "What you doing? What you doing?" I say, "I'm taking her out of this." I say, "You don't understand. You don't understand. When she become back like Crystal, she gonna ask me, why did I bring her out there?" And he was like, "No, no." So he really didn't still get it. I left anyway. And I went to the house. And sure as I sit here in this seat, when she went to school, that was a Friday, right at the game. When she went back to school Monday and she came home, she came with tears in her eyes. And she say, "Mama," who got the blame. Oh, wow. She say, "Mama, why did you let me go to that game? My friends was telling me this and my friends were telling me that." And we both sitting there with tears. And I'm like, "Krista, I'm sorry." And we went through this and we went through, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to take it there. And I didn't want to blame a daddy. I didn't want to blame nobody else. I just say, I'm sorry, baby. Next time I would not do that to you." So to answer your question, Mike, dealing with family and dealing with the outside family, inside family, yes. Some of them seen her brother seen her, and the doctor told me to let them be the brothers. In the beginning, it was hard for them to accept it. So they seen it like, "Crystal, stop acting silly." You know, that's get yourself together. It was a brother. Or don't do that. But they love their sister. Of course. They love their sister. And and when they got onto her, for some reason it helped. So what the doctors told me later when I learned, they were so right. Even today, it get to a point that she would not listen to me at all. So I have to call one of them. Mike, just this past being, and I'm just talking about the family. I'm for the that you asked me another question. No, but go ahead. When she went into the ER, and they wired up admitting her, right? And we stayed there about 5 days. Well, we came out from Monday to Friday. Uh, uh, June the 19th, we came out. It just happened. And while she was there, when she first went, and Crystal couldn't talk. Crystal wasn't eating. Crystal wasn't saying nothing. Crystal eyes was just like falling back in. She skin was pale, and the doctors didn't know what to do at that time. And I know we was losing my daughter. Oh wow! And she was sitting there in that bed, and I'm just looking at her, praying for her, and hoping that family would come and show up because I was there. But she needed more. And showed up. Her oldest brother was down. He had came down because his wife is, from across seas, and the soccer is that. Yeah, soccer. That was going on. Right. And uh, he made time, even though he had his time. He made time that he came up there. And when he came up there, me and the nurse and the lady that sits in the room to watch her, we had tried to get her to eat. I tried to get her to eat, and she like, no. Soon he came in as her brother, her oldest brother. They could have been twins, right behind each other. He looked, he didn't say too much because I know it troubled him. She was laying down, she looked. For a minute, she forgot she was sick and she was weak because she couldn't stand. She would fall on her own. She jumped up on the side of that bed, and we was caught off guard. And we jumped, and me and the lady and the nurse. And we said, Krista, you can't do it. And he told her, no, sit back down. She was jumping up because she seen her brother. Right. Yeah. And when she seen her brother, I told her, I said, she haven't eaten anything. She won't eat. And he got her to lay back down. And I put a picture on Facebook. She was smiling, and he got her to eat, Mike.
Oh, wow.
So I'm saying this to say all of that is that brothers stay brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And being brothers who they are, always treating her
Mm-hmm.
like a sister,
Mm-hmm.
like she has some mind, like
Mm-hmm.
has really helped me.
Mm.
She's seen it as though I'm being mom. Now she'll tell me in a minute, Mom, I'm 32 years old now. You
Wow,
know,
32.
32 years old. But I still have to treat her sometime because of the way she is when
Mm-hmm.
she go into that child
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
But family have always, I have some family, distant family, believe I should have never took it to Facebook.
Mm.
I have some family that deals with the same thing that their family don't want me to come out because then they have to come out.
Oh,
Then
wow.
I have family that have came out
Mm-hmm.
and want to know what to do.
Mm.
I have family when I tried to go to them and to ask from the doctors, they wanted to know where did it develop? Could it been, inherited this and that? Well, I found out my side, ex-husband's side,
Mm-hmm.
um, all the way
Mm-hmm.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Everybody got something going on
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
family
yeah.
that deal with mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
But because I made a stand, you better believe it, everybody wasn't happy or proud.
Mm-hmm.
But now time have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now family understand.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, some of them are getting help and reaching out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And with the leading of God, I can only tell my story and direct them, like I
Right.
always say
Yeah.
on Real Talk, to people that can help them.
Yeah. Let me ask you, what would be your advice? And I understand you're not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or anything like that, but what would your advice be to someone that suspects that their loved one is becoming mentally challenged or mentally ill? What would you advise them? The first thing you would advise them to do?
First of all, to do just what they're doing, watch them.
Okay.
There are signs that we give out on the show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And next of all, please continue to stay tuned on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, the thing that I would say to them, because it's hard
Mm-hmm.
for parents or loved ones to accept.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for the person that's dealing with it
Mm-hmm.
to accept.
Okay.
Krista couldn't even believe. She said, Mom, I'm psychotic. She couldn't believe
Mm.
at first, but she expected me to be real and honest with her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I have to always be honest to let her
Mm-hmm.
know what she have done.
Mm-hmm.
So you first of all, you have to be real, and
You can't be in denial.
you can't be in denial,
No.
and that takes God help
Yes.
because a lot of time I had a young lady on the show not so long ago. Hers was dealing with autism, but remember, mental still is in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that was one of the hardest things for her to deal with, too.
Mm.
And we both were saying the same. For me, it was a little shorter because I don't know. I can't even explain it. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
take me a long time to come to terms with it. But
Mm-hmm.
for some, it takes some
Takes a
time.
while,
It takes a
but
while.
they don't want to believe.
They don't want to believe.
Ah.
So, the first of all, you got to ask God to help you to accept what you can't change. Only
Mm-hmm.
God can change this.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
told at a early when she first was diagnosed, and I hope this really helped a whole lot of people, is that when they first told me she was schizophrenic, bipolar, and she deal with depression, um, they say that some of them, besides that, that's a good thing that she won't be the. I always say that on my
Mm-hmm.
show, she won't be the same way. But the
Mm-hmm.
other thing that I haven't stressed so much is that I was told that some of them never return.
Mm.
Some of them never
Come back to themselves.
come back. Some of them
Oh.
remain when they're high risk like my daughter.
Okay.
With schizophrenia, bipolar, and deal with this depression.
Depression. Yeah.
Some of them never return. I was told by that therapist. Lately, I was told by Dr. Saturday that sometimes they slip within their mind when they don't come in early at a young age and have help right away. I don't know how much of that is was with me with Crystal, because like I say, I depended on God in that all, and I know God brought me to where I'm at. But now I know also that Crystal was chosen. I know it's hard for a lot of people to understand that, but this is just a call so other people can be helped. And it took me some while to accept that, because I wanted my daughter to be healed and well quick.
Yeah.
But just like that therapist told me a long time ago, she was the same one that had Crystal put into Austin behavior. She stayed from February to my birthday of April the 26th with her diagnosis. That it took them that long to diagnose her. And when she told me that some of them don't ever, I'm in my faith like, not my daughter, because I have faith. And I still got faith. I want everybody to know I'm not dog. But if God don't do it, nobody. I didn't watch people slap all on her. And I'm just sitting there like this.
Right.
Not
right.
dog.
Right. Not down. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on out of her. Come on out.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing. It wasn't a demon.
Right.
Now, I believe, like many people believe, any weakness, even within my condition, weakness of me being a diabetic, can lead me into a depression. Yeah. And then I can give over to whatever spirit I believe. But what I'm saying, Crystal been dealing with mental problems. And then sometime, because of what she got into, she had to deal with other spirits. But to keep it just straight, a lot of people don't understand, Mike. Sometime, unless God, medicine, it don't work. It would not work. And that's what I was told. And so I would say to you, I got lost somewhere.
That's okay.
I got lost somewhere. I got lost somewhere. But I would say to anybody, again, like we always stress on the show, get them in early. Get them in early so they can be, when they're young, they're not going to really diagnose them, but they will watch them. And I didn't know about the place that one lady came on and told me that she started hers at, I think it was Sister Bailey, I can say her name, at when she was in kindergarten, right?
Yes.
So I didn't know that. I didn't know. Right. I was told that they don't even give them a.
That was a while back, I think, too,
gotcha.
with Sister May. They made something else when I'm thinking about this. What do you think? Just your opinion on why they admit these mentally challenged individuals into group homes and not a medical facility?
Wow.
Your opinion.
Number one, they don't have the right places for those that's dealing and suffering like my daughter. They have places for some people that have challenges, disabilities, but mental, they don't have. In the places that they did have, they have closed them down. Oh, wow. And from my talking to doctors, talking to different people, they have traveled and met other people, looking at buildings to buy for. They have been told, well, it was a mental place, but they closed it down. They don't have enough time. They don't put enough money in to get the right place that would keep a person that's diagnosed high risk like my daughter. So where they have other places that they can put people in, I'm not saying it make them either better, but they do have places where they can keep them in their long term.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with those like mines, and you might have to help me, Mike, to direct your question, but with those like mines, Crystal, she and others run into the street.
Mm.
A lot of kids, teenagers growing up, they run into the street because there's not many places that can hold them with high risk, except when they do something wrong, and then it leads them to rust, or to put away for
Right.
good,
Right.
or they surrounded with other people that way much mind.
Yeah.
Everybody don't need to go there. You understand
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
There are
Right.
some people that can be caught early, but they just don't have enough places.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings on to what I talked to you about. First of all, why Crystal name was given to me. And I know some people think, wow, now she believed her name was given from God. Well, it's the truth.
Yeah. Right.
I had family members that got Crystal,
Yeah.
and they was thinking that I was naming Crystal after them.
Oh, okay.
It's in the book.
Okay.
Y'all got to get the book.
Huh.
I'm telling you. But actually, God had given me her name when she was little. Now, I was expecting a boy because my ex-husband said we was going to have another boy.
Right.
But God was dealing with me about a name for the baby, Crystal.
Okay.
And when the baby came out and my ex moved back because he was expecting to see a boy, they looked at me and this big 9 pound, 5 ounce baby. And they said, "You got a name for her?" I said, "Crystal with a C."
Oh, wow.
Because God had spoken and given to me,
Yeah.
name of Crystal, not with a K, but with a C. This leads up to what I'm going to say. Because after that, sometime down the road, God showed me in a dream this beautiful place like no other.
Wow.
Whoa. With
Yeah.
her name, Crystal Clear Development Center.
Oh, wow.
Crystal Clear Development Center. Now take a crystal. A crystal is you can see through it,
Yes.
clear,
Yeah. Yeah.
sharp, represent intelligent. If you do your research upon the name,
Okay.
intelligent, they're intelligent.
Yeah.
Most schizophrenic, and they are very smart. From a child on, they're very intelligent. It look as though they shouldn't have no problem going up there. They're able to get themselves out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So God gave me that name. He gave me the name, and then he let me know that one day he was going to bless me to have such a place where people would come and get the right love, care, and everything that they need. That's why I'm fighting for families to back me up.
Right.
Oh, it's coming. God showed it to me. My dream never lies. God is good.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
So, but they don't have enough places, Mike.
Yeah,
at all.
they don't. Let me ask you this again, your opinion, since it's real talk. Um, do you think that there is a disconnect with law enforcement,
Wow.
even with some of the medical facilities and what have you, schools? Is there a disconnect somewhere as it relates to mental illness? Because you see it all the time where a policeman or constable approaches a mentally ill person acting up, and they may be wielding a broom or maybe a knife or whatever, and instead of de-escalating, they escalate the situation, and of course, the mentally ill person ends up dead or injured. So, is there a disconnect with our?
You just said it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just that evidence show it is a disconnect.
There is a disconnect.
Yes, of course. And I noticed not only on the with the police, but even when they go into the ER and they go and be admitted, everybody's kind of off. Everybody quick. That they miss what this person say or what that person say. That uh, even when it's calling 911, they send the right person, but then you have somebody else come out as well. I told them many times before. What you describing, I've been in it.
Oh,
As a
wow.
mother with Chris, I've been in it.
Oh,
I had to stand between all the police and everybody for my daughter.
oh.
I called for help. I called the right way, the best ability at that time of what we had. And I told them, though, she would not harm, but I need her to just to stop her because she's getting ready to run in the street, and I don't want her to get away. I looked up the fire people, the ambulance, and the cop with the happy trickle
Oh,
that's
no.
coming up there and
Yeah.
getting ready to. And I'm like, and I ran between her. She was crying. Mama, I got to tell her, hold up, don't move, don't move. I ran in front of my daughter
Mm.
and I grabbed her and I said, Crystal, it was like they weren't even there no more.
Mm.
It's like a movie scene that you see on
Wow.
TV.
Wow.
And I'm like, Crystal, I say, don't leave. I say, I got you. Please don't leave. She say, Mama, something wrong with me. Something is going on me, Mama. She didn't want to cause no problem. She just had ran and chased a lady that she thought a lady was trying to harm a little child.
Oh.
And when she snapped back, and I hate to say it like that, but I did. When she came back to being like Crystal and she realized, and then she see all the police and all this around, she's scared.
Right.
And that's what they be, they scared.
Yeah.
So she's getting ready to run. And then
Right.
you have the police over there. The other cop had to calm him down. Hey man, she got it. Hold up. So there is a big disconnection in everybody.
Yes.
When I called, I'm glad everybody came, but it wasn't as though she had a weapon and she was
Right.
fit to kill somebody. I
Right.
said she was getting ready to run out in the street and she has a very serious mental problem. And I told him what it was. I say, I'm her mother and I'm calling for help. I'm trying to get to the right department. Well, the mayor we had now came on and set some new laws about it, but still it's taking some time to
Yeah.
get in
Yeah.
place.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
it's a lot that's still not right, and
Mm.
it hurts me when I see people, and I've been at the court,
Mm-hmm.
and um, and when I can't even speak on my part for my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
but to watch and hear the judge say, "Oh, you ain't nothing really. How we supposed to know?" In his
Yeah.
words,
Right.
that something really wrong with you.
Right.
Number one, she should not have been put in that courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
not in that particular courtroom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She should have been within a court where they just deal at that time
Yeah.
mental.
With mental illness. That's
And
right. Mental
you
illness.
you have to hope that you're going to be sent to the right courtroom,
Mm-hmm.
according to her last attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Mm-hmm.
told me it just happened. So this time she's in the right courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm saying. Oh no, they don't have things set right when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to people like my daughter.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you, when you need when something may go wrong, is there someone within the mental uh, association or state uh, that you can talk to, can contact, and for help, for advice, or anything there?
They do have the hotline.
Okay.
They do have 911.
Mm-hmm.
They do have where I cried out 211.
Mm-hmm.
Just help all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
They do have all these things, but when it come down,
Mm-hmm.
unless you are somebody out there can tell me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know no one that you can really talk to,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're trying to talk and get to the right person, you still ain't got to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
I have had a lot of people say, I'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you with this. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came time, it was like that help wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mike, let's talk about the time that my daughter, and this is real, and she would tell it, the time that my daughter was put in a home where a man put his fist on her face and beat her.
Mm.
Let's talk
Wow.
about that
Yeah.
in
Wow.
a home. And I have to deal with that.
Mm.
Let's talk about how that made her go back.
Mm-hmm.
Because every trauma or different things that happen in their life, it caused them to have a setback.
Some setback.
Setback.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, at this time, I don't really know who will you call, even though we have these things set. And sometimes when you do call 911, and everybody needs to know, the first thing they do is send somebody like this last time, police out, and this particular police officer, she wanted to take my daughter to jail again when she's sick. And if she had went to jail, she wouldn't have been here with me. She was already not eating, starving, and all that was going on in her body. She would not have been here because Krista have described what they do when they get in there from her best ability or what she can understand when she was in and out. She was crying sometimes, like, why I'm here. And then, at other time, she toughened up and she seemed like she could take all of them. They better not mess with her then. But the thing that I'm trying to say, I don't know. This is a call right now because I know somebody out there listening. They would know who exactly and what to do.
Yeah, right.
I don't.
Let me ask you. We talked earlier about the group homes that they usually put them in. Are they regulated in some way? I mean, what exactly is the? I mean, are they just supposed to give them a place to stay? Do they look after them for anything? And what exactly does a group home? How does it help?
This is another problem we have.
Okay.
Group homes, I thank God for group homes.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have group homes, first of all, every one of you out there, they have a group home that's doing it right. I thank God for you. But group homes are not the place for someone like my daughter. Now, but that's all we got.
That's all you got. Wow.
Again, that gives back what I was talking to earlier. There's other places, residential, they can stay as long or here or there. The only place they got is to shoot up and send her on to Penn or to Russ. When she dealing with a sickness in her body and other things going on, to send her that way won't be the right thing. So what I'm saying um, um, is just not, they don't have it together when it comes to the places. Yeah. So, but for the group homes that's trying to get better and do better, thank God. But somebody that's high risk, now maybe someone homeless or maybe just deal with depression, that can be better. But someone high risk like my daughter, we're talking about Crystal, schizophrenia, bipolar, and depression. They don't have the help that we need. And that's what I'm trying to get to give that place crystal clear development center, what I seen in my dream. And I know I'm backed up by God.
So that's your goal.
That's my goal.
For Crystal.
That's my goal, to pull my daughter and put her back under my own umbrella. And to have this place where, that's fixed exactly me traveling and going different places into these to know exactly what they need. First of all, people with a heart that really care and really love. Nobody that don't care for anybody don't need to be working with people like my daughter that's diagnosed. Let me say that, like my daughter, because they would do some things that would put you to a challenge, as we talked about, and will make you real mad. And if you don't have a heart for it, and I have a heart not only for my daughter, but for all the rest. My daughter would be the one trying to pull me away from the rest and keep me to home when I go visit her in the group home.
Wow.
And so, unfortunately, some of the group homes, like I told you, like that man that did what he did, are not the best place. Right. That's why I am encouraging people, and I'm encouraging you all, please give a call to 281-506-7000, and also to me, 832 690-2636, because I can direct you to what I can direct. I can't tell you it's be the best place for you, but I can give you direction with some of them places I know that I cannot call out not to put them in.
Let me ask you, since you're on that subject, I know we got a few minutes left. What would your advice be to those that put their family member in a facility like a group home? What would your advice be for them?
Well, first of all, don't lose that connection. I always say it's very important. I wish I had that piece of paper with me. I would have held it up to you. Make sure you get a court letter of guardianship. It's different from a power of attorney. A court order letter from the judge,
signed by judge,
signed by the judge, will get you into places when they refuse, because in their mind they may be talking to someone in there. I'm not saying all of them like that. They may not want you on our side, the family, to have anything to do because they're not doing right. But when you have a court order, it will take you into the place and you say, I want to see them now. They have to let, why? Because I'm Krista eyes, I'm her ears, I'm the one that signed for her. Now she can sign as long as I have given her the permission. And most time when she go in there and she get tired, she say, look, my mama over me. Yeah. They be trying to get her to sign things. And that have happened where she have signed and it messed up a lot of things. When they thought she was in the home and they didn't call because somebody didn't abuse Crystal when she got abused out on the street. Here they is, put innocent people that really working hard, put them in trouble. And then I go in there and say, why did you not call me in the beginning? My daughter was lost on the street. So I would encourage everybody to have a loved one to stay connected. Get that letter of guardianship. That's the first thing. And once you get it, ask the attorney that was over me. At one point, she was over Krista, and then she became my attorney when Krista got pregnant with Cam. She say, use it everywhere you go because they don't want to see it all the time. Wow. You take it and put it in their face. Put it in every hospital they go. Yeah. Because they got to honor it. And I know she telling the truth because one place didn't believe that, talking about, oh, you just got a little piece of paper. You just, they didn't think it was the real. You got guardianship. And I say, court order. Oh, okay. Then she got serious. But they still didn't take my word. They were going to try me. They went to the judge, keeping me for not seeing Crystal. They went to the judge. And guess what the judge did, Mike? What's that? The judge turned around and said, did not y'all say that she have someone that got a letter of guardianship? Take a, go ask her, is that what she want to do? Right. Wow. That's why it's important. Wow. That's what you need, first of all, and stay connected. Stay connected. Keep on watching every place they go. Right. You can't catch it all. I didn't catch it all. I didn't catch what I would have never thought that guy would have did what he did. Right. In fact, of all, he didn't even supposed to be there. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on. Right. A lot of things that tied in there. So you got to stay connected the best as you can. Don't feel guilty because I have, and I'm telling you, don't feel guilty, but that's something, Mike, I'm still trying to work on. Because you still carried that within you when something happened. So it's a lot more I can say on that. Oh, yeah, I know. I wish we had the time. We have to try to do it on the next one. At times, and I want to talk about your book in just a few minutes. Okay. I want to ask you one more little thing. How important is it to you, in your opinion, over and above the legal guardianship, that the parent or loved one stay in contact with that patient or that person that's mentally challenged in one of those group homes? Should they visit, or should they just, because sometimes I hear they put them in there and they never come back to see them. And that's true, Mike. Yeah. I'm a witness to that. Yeah. They put them in there. And in fact, the recovery manager are people that works for the state. And Krista have to have a recovery manager. And the recovery manager have told me, heads up. We only met by two. She
Mm.
was telling me from long she worked in the field
Mm-hmm.
that had legal guardianship like you got.
Mm-hmm.
And she say, and the one that I
Mm-hmm.
met is nothing like you. Was
Mm-hmm.
too overbearing.
Mm.
Then but you speak up when you need to be,
Yeah.
and I do. So the thing is, you have to stay connected because what happened when they know you coming,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna try to get things together.
Mm-hmm.
Every place is not good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the family have to stay connected.
Mm-hmm.
When you go in there, surprise them. I
Mm.
surprise where Krista at right now. They
Okay.
don't know when I'm gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the last time we went, I did tell them I was coming, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't,
Just tell them
specifically.
when. Yeah.
And then when we got there, they had her somewhere else. Oh, we tracked and went down over there to the restaurant where,
Oh.
where she was. We didn't leave and just turn around and leave. I'm saying this because it's so important. Don't leave and just turn around
Right. Right.
because they need to see your face.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
know you care, first of all.
Yeah.
And those people, when they see you care,
Yeah.
then that's when all of a sudden, if they didn't care,
Yeah.
they're going to act like they care.
Well, I tell you, because all of you guys that are listening, you're listening to Real Talk with Sabrina. It's a regular Wednesday night, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. program. We got about 3 minutes left. Sabrina, I think maybe we want to talk a little bit about your book.
Wow.
Before we get out of here, and a little bit about that, and tell them what prompted you to write this book, and what can you find in that book that we hadn't talked about, maybe.
Okay, there we go. All right, I hope I got it right in the right
Yeah.
place.
Uh-huh.
It's called Me and My Girl. This book has been out for a while. The reason why part two haven't came is because to write part one was hard enough.
Yeah.
And I want to say to you all that it really helps you to understand my passion and why I feel the way I feel and put this book out and helping other people to understand why it's so important, families to stay involved. So it have a lot of things in it. It's got some poems in there that God gave me as well that will be a blessing that speaks as well. So you can get this on Amazon and Kindle, and it's called Me and My Girl by Sabrina Freeman. Now I have another book out, but I'm encouraging you to get this book right here. So it will bless you. And so Mike,
Mm-hmm. I tell you, I love it. I've read it, and it's so interesting. I'm telling you, it's very
it's
interesting.
simple too, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's where you can understand it. She didn't use a whole lot of big words, anything like that. We're so glad tonight to have our producer for this particular show in the
Yes,
studio, Dennis
Dennis.
Johnson. He's
Thank
in
you,
the
Dennis.
house tonight. So good. He gave me a break so I can interview Sabrina. So we
Oh,
thank him so
and
much.
thank you, Mike.
This was really good. We got to do this again sometime.
Yes, we got to do it.
Yeah, I guess so we're getting ready to get out of here. Any passing words? That you might want to share before we get out of here?
I'm just encouraging everybody. Please stay tuned to Sabrina, Real Talk with Sabrina AMI about mental illness. Everything we said today is very important. And the only way that you can get better within it is that you got to stay tuned and listen 7 to 8 p.m. every Wednesday. First Wednesday in the month is family night. Please stay tuned. I
All
love
right.
you all.
See y'all next Wednesday. God bless.